This is like a fan art version of Yae Miko and designed in such a way, a deliberate way, to satisfy some of you out there who love furries. Also, I heard. Hi and welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven and today we will be taking a look at anime scale figure pre-orders between 22nd of May to the 27th of May 2023. And as usual, after we are done with these anime figures, we will head over to a third-party resin figure site to check out third-party resin figures for the week. This website, OzGK, is a partner shop with X-Kurogane Studio. Please do check out this website if you are interested in these figures and make use of my affiliate links below. It will really help out this channel. Also today, the time I'm recording this video, this weekend, it is Wonhobby Gallery Spring 2023, where Good Smile is revealing a lot of new figures. Well, this is a fairly small figure event compared to the likes of Wonder Festival or Mega Hobby Expo, you know. So I will be covering that in a separate video about a couple of days from now. So expect something hopefully this coming Tuesday. So without further ado, let's jump into AmiAmi.com. Firstly, the top 10 rankings on top. This is possibly the first time I'm seeing scale figures dominating the top 10 list, at least at the time of recording. So in first place, we have something from Fire Emblem. No surprise over there. In second place, Takina Inoue from Licorice Recoil. Go and get one. That is a great figure to have. The anime was excellent from start to end. Third place, we have Marin Kitagawa. Well, you know, in the first year when the anime aired, I complained that there were no figures of her despite how popular the series is. More figures of her are starting to come out and more were being announced in the recent Wonhobby Gallery. In fourth place, we have a re-release of this character. I don't remember her name, from Danganronpa. In number 5, that scale figure is the most mind-boggling one of the week to me. I was so confused. Why is she so cheap? But we'll talk about her in a moment. In 6th place, something from Yu-Gi-Oh! That is also a re-release by Max Factory and rounding up the top 10. In 9th place, something from Atelier Sophie that is an outer figure. And in 10th place, Ryu from Danmachi, that's a pop-up parade. Alright, so on 27th of May, no scale figures, no new orders at all. Presumably, everyone's busy with Wonhobby Gallery, you know. So we jump to 26th of May, there are quite a number of scale figures. Well, quite a number of them. So the first one over here, this is a 1/3.5 scale. Nanami Arihara from Riddle Joker going for 37,000 yen if you opt for the Ami limited edition, which comes with, what does it come with? Okay, so we have tin badge with stand. Some merchandise, right? And then there's a cheaper version, 35,600 yen with the faceplate, I assume, extra faceplate. And then the standard version, 1,000 yen cheaper. For me, the ideal version is this one, 35,600 yen. I don't care about the merchandise, you know. So let's take a look at the pictures. You know the character design with this specific character over here, Nanami? She reminds me of those harem anime from 10 or 12 years ago. There's a classic vibe to it, the way the character is being designed. I don't know what is Riddle Joker. I'm going to assume it is an eroge, is it? Please do let me know down in the comments below. But this is a 1/3.5 scale, and let me put up this picture over here I took from Facebook. You can see how massive she is. But given that she has this sitting pose, I doubt that the box would be too huge. Shipping is going to be kind of pricey, but not as bad as some 1/7 scale figures by E-Stream, Shibuya Scramble figure, or Alter, right? So if you are interested in her, 1/3.5 for just under 36k, not really a bad price to have, right? Up next, from Licorice Recoil, Good Smile Company's 1/7 scale Takina Inoue, normally 19,500 yen, 3,320 yen off in Ami, so it is about 16,000 yen. I heard that it is even cheaper in Amazon, according to some people. Well, always compare prices before buying, right? Before ordering. Chisato was quite a bit cheaper from what I recall, around 16,500 yen. That is before discounts, by the way. So that HMG over there, that heavy machine gun over there that Takina is carrying, that definitely inflated the price a bit, but even taking into account the entire package over here, 17,000 yen for this figure of Takina, I think that this is a must-have, right? And given how popular the series was, I can't really remember. I think it is getting some sort of a season 2, but even if did not, I think that there is a very high chance the series might get a new season. I really love this anime. So this pair of figure together with Chisato, I can highly recommend it. Good Smile Company, they always do a good job even with the low cost, lower priced scale figures, right? This is a good pre-order. Up next is a 1x7 scale figure of Cornelia from Atelier Sophie. This is by Alter, normally 25,000 yen. There is a small price cut over there, 23,820 yen. So, you know, the one thing I really like about this figure is the character design. How do I put it? Especially the paintwork on the metal, the gold color objects that she is holding. I know nothing about Atelier Sophie, you see. But I'm also the kind of person who pre-orders figures, buys figures based on character design. I like this character a lot. Yeah, I have always voiced the fact that I never liked transparent gods, and that one god over there supporting her right hand, yeah, not a fan of that. You'll see that gold color object in her left hand, it has this faded look. I have no idea what is that. Is that a helmet? But anyways, anything with gold plating, especially if they are not real gold, over a long period of time when exposed to the elements, sun, rain and so on, or due to heavy use, they become very faded, like the luster is gone. So this is what it looks like to me, a very interesting look on the paint work over there, which I really like. Like there is attention to detail when they do the paint work. And this is exactly what I like about Alter so much. The attention to detail with their paint work. And that is why this figure is something I can highly recommend if you are looking into pre-ordering one. Up next, from Fire Emblem, we have Nohr Noble Corrin, 1x7 scale by Intelligent Systems. This is the very same company behind the game Fire Emblem, right? If I'm not mistaken, like, figures isn't their main market, it isn't their main core business, but they do make figures from time to time. Fire Emblem is incredibly popular from what I know. I don't play the game. In fact, I'm not much of a gamer, right? Don't really have the time for it. And this is also based on feedback from you guys, the figure collectors. Intelligent Systems, their figures are kind of okay, but there will be the occasional QC issues, right? So it really depends on whether that will affect your decisions. I doubt that anyone who loves Fire Emblem is going to care who manufactured this figure. I don't expect this figure to be that exceptional, but you know, it is very hard to come across bad figure nowadays. So if you love Fire Emblem, yes, go ahead and pre-order this one. The next figure here, this is a re-release from Danganronpa to Goodbye Despair. Chiaki Nanami, yeah, that's her name, Chiaki Nanami, Black Bunny version. 1x4 scale for just 22,000 yen after discount. That is a great price for 1x4 scale. If you missed out the very first release, this is your second chance, and you know what? I really like this character design a lot. This is just another bunny figure to me, but sometimes there are a select few of them which looks more attractive than usual. I'm not sure why. This is one of those examples. And hell, she comes with stockings too, not bare legs, so go and get one if you like Danganronpa. Up next, from Tales of Destiny 2, we have a 1x7 scale figure of Riala from Full Ryu. Okay, with this one, almost 40,000 yen, really pricey, but Full Ryu, right? They do this all the time nowadays. Do you know what was my initial impression when I saw the product photos of this figure? She looks cheap. I'm sorry for you, but this figure does not look like what the price is suggesting, 40,000 yen. I'm not sure if it is because of the choice of the materials over there. A lot of semi-transparent, presumably PVC material being used on her outfit and also the base. And all those transparent plastic rods, they are not helping at all, right? And that isn't even the main issue. I do have a problem with the face. Well, I don't know how the character actually looks like in the game or the original material, but the face looks kind of derpy to me. Looks like a dark face to me somehow. I'm not sure. It could be the lighting used in photographing this figure, but it certainly isn't helping this figure. Up next, from Azur Lane, Juice, Time Chibi figure Noshiro by Apex. Alright, this is not exactly an android, it is a fixed pose figure, which is why I'm covering it. Very adorable indeed. If you like one, yeah, just pre-order it, right? This is only 5,000 yen, the price of a pop-up parade or an android. This is very adorable. I actually like this a lot. Up next, we have Furyu's Tiny Tall Affordable series of figures from Dr. Stone Senku Ishigami, 5,900 yen. This Tiny Tall figure over here looks quite a bit better than all those Haikyuu figures I have covered over the past several weeks. This one looks quite a bit more detailed, like you see all those worn out details on his outfit. This one could be a good purchase compared to all those discouragement I gave you guys in the past when I saw those Haikyuu figures which looks like over glorified price figures. This one looks quite a bit better, not to mention it is getting a really nice base too. And yeah, the other character, he has also went on pre-order. Yep, this one Gen Asagiri for the very same price. Once again, this one also looks quite a bit better compared to those Haikyuu volleyball characters under this very same Tiny Tall series. That is all for the 26th of May. We move down to the 25th of May. Alright, there is a rather polarizing figure on this one single day. Let's talk about it. The first one here, we have a freeing B-style 1x4 scale Marin Kitagawa from my dress up darling, just under 40,000 yen. I am seeing a lot of hate being directed to this figure, and when you look at the criticisms, like this meme over here which was picture of the day on myfigurecollection.net back on Friday, well, some of the criticisms are kind of justified, like this figure could have been a lot better. And Freeing did something that is fairly average with this figure of Marin Kitagawa, right? So I can understand the disappointment over there, but if you were to ask me, is there anything wrong with this figure? I would say that I'm not that big of a fan with the pose, but everything else seems fine to me. I've seen some of you saying her face looks kind of derpy, but I think this looks better than many third-party resin figures of Marin out there, with a few rare exceptions of course. I don't really have an issue with the face at all. I think it looks fine. And the second issue, the second complaint I heard was how she was being nerfed, her bust size. Well, for one, we don't really know what her bust size looks like in the anime because every time whenever there is a focus on her boobs, she was in cosplay outfit. And with cosplay outfits, you know how cosplayers, they do all kind of things to be as accurate to the anime character as possible. They use tape to lift their face and change the shape of their face. And the same thing can be said for their bust also, right? They can use push-up bras and any other methods to make their bust look bigger than it actually is, or even wear a prosthetic. So we don't really know the exact size, like how it looks like in the anime. And in that sense, I think that the bust size being depicted in this figure of Marin, it looks fine to me. Could have been a bit bigger, and another reason why we think her bust should be a lot bigger is because we are being influenced by third-party resin figures like the one I had and reviewed. The link is right up here. Yeah, her boobs were really big, and I don't really remember her bust being that big in the anime actually. So maybe we are being influenced by third-party resin stuff or what we saw in the anime, which is not necessarily her actual bust size. What do you think? Please do let me know down in the comments below. Man, as a guy, I'm spending way too much effort in analyzing a girl's boobs. Up next, from Macross Frontier, we have a 1x7 scale figure of Sharia Nome. Oh, this one was revealed in the previous Mega Hobby Expo or OneFest last year. Almost 30,000 yen after discount, normally 36,000 yen. That is quite a sizable discount over here from Good Smile. Macross is a classic as well, right? Really popular in the early and mid 2000s all the way to the late 2000s and so on. This figure is another critical hit on nostalgia. If you have always been a fan of this franchise, this series, yes, pick up this figure. I don't think you will regret it. She looks fabulous over here. Up next, we have a pop-up rate of Belle Cranel from Danmachi Season 4, 4080 yen. And also from the very same series, we have Rio Lion, or Rio Leon. Should be pronounced as Leon, right? For 4080 yen as well. I think it took Good Smile way too long to put these two characters on pre-order, or to make them into figures in general, right? So Danmachi Season 4 was a big hit. I loved that season so much. It was amazing. It was really a good show, right? And if you did not watch the anime, and you are not a manga reader either, go and watch it, starting from season 1. Well, the spin-off, the Sword Oratoria, the spin-off wasn't that great, but other than that, the main plot line, the main storyline, where Belle Cranel is the main character, it was great. Season 4 is the best season yet. As for pop-up rates, yeah, wait for after release before buying. I don't see a reason to pre-order it that early. This next figure over here had me scratching my head for quite a while when I saw her went on pre-order. Animaster 1/6 scale Little Demon Lilith for 4,740 yen, 1,000 yen off if you pre-order early. You'll see, the only reason I could think of why a 1/6 scale figure at 26 cm tall is being so cheap, like pop-up rate price, Nandroid price, is because what we are getting in the final product, it is more like price figure quality. You'll see it is possible to get a 1/6 scale price figure for 2,500 to 3,000 yen. These by cute bunny figures of Hatsune Miku by Full Wheel, I think. These figures, they are really huge. They are 1/6 scale, even though they are non-scale on paper. And they can be had for 2,500 yen or so. So if you were to tell me a 1/6 scale figure like this one, a simple one going for under 5,000 yen, after thinking twice, I would say I can believe that it is possible. The profit margins are going to be relatively thin for the company as well. And also regarding the company Animaster, I don't know much about them. I rarely heard about them, but based on what you guys told me, well, in my Facebook page, yeah, their reputation is kind of a mixed bag. But at 4,740 yen, would you still take the risk and pre-order it? Maybe it doesn't take much to convince you to place a pre-order, right? I'm thinking the same way as well. That is all for the 25th of May. We go down to the 24th of May, one single scale figure over there. Coffee Kizoku illustration Sumika Aoyama for 21,100 yen by Union Creative. Well, while I may have told you guys many times that I love JKs, but this one is a bit too plain, too boring to look at as a figure. And seriously, 21,000 yen for a plain scale figure like this is kind of high, kind of expensive. I would expect something like this to be no more than 16 to 18,000 yen, you know. In the end, I think licensing fees plays a big role. So I'm skipping this one. And we are back to this page. Down to the 23rd of May, there are more scale figures on this day, pop-up rates as well. The first one, we have another hit in the nostalgia. B-style free ink 1/4 scale Minori Kushieda from Toradora. This one is 38,500 yen. That is like free inks, standard pricing for every new 1/4 scale figures nowadays. Of course, the re-releases are going to be cheaper because they already have the molds. But for anything brand new for the first time, yeah, 38k. This is the second character from Toradora to get a brand new 1/4 scale by free ink. Aisaka Taiga came out quite a while ago, plagued by QC issues unfortunately. Let's hope this one turns out fine. This is a pretty simple 1/4 scale figure in bunny outfit, right? Like a typical free ink figure. I don't see anything unique about this character, this figure. This is strictly for Toradora fans, and that other character over there, she is not yet on pre-order. Up next, we have a Kotobukiya Art FX J series, their affordable scale figure series at 1/8 scale. Vash the Stampede from Trigun Stampede, quite the classic as well. On discount, 18,500 yen. Well, I don't collect male characters that much. Yeah, this looks like something from a very old anime. I think Trigun was really popular, hot stuff back then as well, but I did not watch it. Yeah, I'm skipping this figure. I don't collect male characters in general. Up next, from Evangelion, we have another figure of Asuka Langley Shikinami almost every week. Every month, we see something from Evangelion. 1/7 skill from Animaster as well. 25,700 yen. That is really reasonable because you're getting that background over there. The whole thing, you're getting the whole thing for 26,000 yen. I think this is a great value. However, that waist turn over there, man, she is going to break her backbone anytime with that pose. But one should never question anime logic, right? Well, when I think twice, maybe that pose is possible to those of you who are well trained in gymnastics. I don't know. To me, this is great value, like excellent value even, but yeah, some of you told me that Animaster have to be careful with them, though I don't know about the exact details. If you know more, please do let me know down in the comments below. I would really appreciate that. Up next, we have a pop-up parade of Marika from chilling in my 30s after getting fired from the Demon King's army. This is a seasonal anime. I think I watched it. I don't remember the plot that much anymore, right? But I think I watched this anime. 4,080 yen pop-up rate. Wait for after release before buying. No need to pre-order it. The next one, same thing, pop-up rate. Kawaii Angel. Oh my god, Kawaii Angel from Good Smile Company. 4,080 yen. I think Apex Toys made a 1/8 skill or 1/7 of her. Yeah. So this is a cheaper version. My comments is the same for pop-up rates. Wait for after release before buying. And lastly, Hatsune Miku Digital Stars 2022 version by Hobby Stock. 54,000 yen. Ouch. 54k. Well, I think half of the price of the figure is that base over there, right? Are you able to justify 54k for a Miku figure like this one? I guess that I'll leave it to you to decide it for yourself. To me, I'm not that big of a fan of this art style, this version of Miku over here. So if I were looking for a Miku figure, this is definitely something I would skip. However, yeah, everyone have their own different taste, right? And if you are into this Miku figure, be prepared for a really huge shipping cost, I assume. It is something different, right? I've not seen another Miku figure that looks like this, but not really up my alley. That is all for 23rd of May. 22nd of May on Monday, one single chibi figure over there by Apex Toys. Yeah. Also from Azur Lane, we have New Jersey 5,320 yen. Once again, this is incredibly adorable. Like, you know, you want an android, but at the same time, you want something with a more dynamic pose, I guess, because there is no way an android can have that kind of pose. You can't make an android's pose like that. In that sense, yeah. This is great to have 5,000 plus yen. Now we jump into niningame.com for a second. So in the first 2 pages of Ninin Game, there are a lot of Nikan Shoujo figures by Insight. I can't really recommend that brand, and they are very X-rated as well, but feel free to take a look yourself. I can't put the pictures on screen. However, let's talk about this figure over here, Akasa Ai. This figure was on Ami Ami as well, but Ami Ami only placed all the nude pictures of her, not her with those bikini. I have no idea why at all. So this is original character, Akasa Ai, 1/5 skill, Yukari Komiya Suntan version by Bishop Sugondo, going for 24,000 yen. Alright, so you're getting 2 face plates over there. Not that they are that different. I'm not really a fan of the mouth region of the one over there with the mouth open. It looks a bit odd to me. Like, I know that the mouth is not that centered, and perhaps that is how the character looks like in the original artwork, but it still looks a bit weird to me. Maybe from only very specific angles, right? After all, we are just looking at a 2D image, not an actual figure. Another JK figure which I would love to have, but not really a priority to me. And lastly, this figure over here, another JK figure, Meme 50 as original work, Okane Daisuki, Towa Sudo 1/6 skill. Literally, I love money. Yes, I love money. Of course, who doesn't? This one is going for US dollar 225. So random. It was yen earlier, now USD. Anyways, this is the conversion, about 32,000 Japanese yen. Alright, so let's have a look. I like this one a lot more. Yeah, a JK selling herself for some extra pocket money, I assume. Though I really do like this character design. I would prefer to have this figure over the other one earlier. Now that we are done with licensed anime figures in Japanese websites, let's check out third-party unlicensed resin figures. We'll make use of OSGK, which is a partner of X-Kurogane Studio. If you are interested in these resin figures, please make use of my affiliate links in the descriptions below. Every single figure that I cover today, there will be links in the description. It will really help out this channel. Alright, so now we are in the website. We scroll down to the latest pre-order section over here, newest pre-order. This is where something really... yeah. Anyways, I'll just put it on screen. So from TXS Studio, we have a 1x6 scale figure of Yae Miko Fox version from Genshin Impact Furry. Of course, this does not actually exist. This is like a fan art version of Yae Miko and designed in such a way, a deliberate way, to satisfy some of you out there who love furries. Also, I heard. There is no official pricing yet, and I wish there are more photos, waiting for the manufacturer to release more photos. There's a $100 deposit if you would like to secure your pre-order early. Yeah, what is this? Seriously, what is this? Do you have any idea how popular this figure is when I posted it in my Facebook page? Anyways, if you are into this sort of thing, yeah, maybe go ahead and pre-order one. This figure would be around 34 cm tall at 1x6 scale, which is actually quite substantial. The price will be announced later on. The next figure over here from Aurora Studio, we have Original Dressing Time After School Shang Fu Wei Jing. This is also a $100 deposit with no official pricing yet, X-rated original character figure over here. And this being a 1x6 scale, yeah, about 27 cm tall, not bad at all. Up next, from Maruko Studio, we have Yoimiya from Genshin Impact. Normally, I wouldn't cover figures like this. I wouldn't put it on screen, but hey, this is from Genshin Impact, right? I'll put in a bit effort for once and censor the picture. Anyways, make use of the link in the description below if you want to see the figure in a bit more detail, but yeah, it is still censored in some way. So there is no official pricing yet on this figure as well. We'll have to wait for more photos in the coming weeks. Up next, from Manxiangzhe Studio, we have Original King of Sloth Belial. This is a 1x6 scale figure as well. The official price of this figure is $651 US. The height of the figure is 32 centimeters, while the wingspan, overall wingspan, is 56 centimeters. So you'll see, 600 plus US dollars for a 1x6 scale is actually pretty pricey. Yeah, very expensive, but once again, number one, this is resin, more expensive material. And number two, yeah, the wingspan is quite substantial over here, 50 plus centimeters. This is still a big figure, a huge figure, even at 1x6 scale. To me, I kind of like what I'm looking at over here. Those wings are really impressive, really. Reminds me of all those expensive albedo figures out there, you know? Yeah. So $650 for this one. And then back to this page, we click on the view all. And let's see what other figures do we have. Alright, so here we have a female character right here. And then we have a Genshin Impact male character, but let's have a look, right? It's Genshin after all. Alright, and then we move on to the second page. Alright, here we have something from One Piece. Let's take a quick look. So here we have Mo Huan Yuan Studio One Piece World Diva Childhood Uta. The actual price would be $71 US. Yeah, this is low cost stuff. Pretty small figure, I'm assuming. So this is only 16 centimeters tall. This is about pop-up weight size, maybe even slightly smaller than that. Okay. Really, nothing special going on with this figure, right? It is quite amazing that there are third-party companies out there who are willing to make figures like this. I can't imagine the profit being that substantial, but hey, if there's demand, I suppose that they'll make it. Up next, from Flyer Studio, we have Genshin Impact Tartaglia. This one is, this is 21 centimeters tall, which means this is a 1x6 scale, right? So would you collect something like this? I know those of you female fans out there of Genshin Impact, you might want to pick this one up. Back to this page, what is the price? Okay, there is no official price yet, just $139 deposit, very specific out there. I think they already knew what the estimated official price is, but they have not released it yet. Up next, we have Nico Robin from One Piece. This is by DMM Studio. The actual price of this figure is $123 for the standard version. The nude version is $140. This is 21 centimeters tall, so not a really big figure. I thought that most resin figures nowadays are at least 1/6. This sitting post at 21 centimeters. Yeah, this should be smaller than 1/6. This is either 1/8 or 1/7. Nothing too special, I think, about this figure right here. Alright, now back to this page, we have something exciting and very expensive over here from Final Fantasy. Another figure from One Piece. Let's have a look. Okay, so in my opinion, this figure, or rather a statue, is one of the best bargains you can find, assuming that you can afford it. Game Lady Studio, life-sized, 1/1 scale Yuna from Final Fantasy. So the actual price, it starts from $2,364 depending on which version you're going for, and the most expensive one is $2,667, but this is a heavily discounted prices, down from over $3,000. Okay, so think about this for a second. $2,500 to over $3,000. This is easily over $3,000 when you factor in shipping cost, you know. It is an insane amount of money to spend on any hobby, be it an anime statue or anything else. However, this thing right here is a value proposition. This is great value. Let me explain why. You see, whenever a Japanese company makes a life-sized anime statue, doesn't matter which character, there are at least 1,000,000 Japanese yen or more than that, and even if you had the money, you are not allowed to purchase it because you need to win the rights to purchase one via a lottery system. And this lottery system, they are more than often limited to domestic Japanese markets only. Even if you are willing to pay a third-party bidder to bid for the statue for you in the Japanese domestic market, there is no guarantee that bidder will win it for you, you see. So this thing for $2,600 and above for a life-sized statue, in my opinion, it is a bargain, even though there's no way I can afford this thing. And this is also sort of an action figure in a way that there are joints. There is a metallic skeleton inside. All of the joints can be moved, and then outside, presumably you get a silicone skin outside. So this is a very nice statue to have, assuming you have the budget for it. And I could imagine that Riku is probably next after Yuna from the very same company. Up next, from Master Studio, we have One Piece Big Mom Pirate Resonance number 2, Charlotte Amande. Alright, so this one, the full price would be $218. I'm guessing 1/6 scale, right? 30.5 centimeters. Yup, this is 1/6. You know, with all these weird character proportions I see in One Piece, I'm not sure why people like them, but they are not really to my taste, you see. Not really my kinds of statue or my kinds of figure. Anyways, let's go back to this page and then we go to page number 4. Alright, here we have something from Genshin once again, and Azur Lane. Yeah, and then we move on to the next page. From what I remember, there are a couple of Azur Lane figures. Right here, female characters, and then page number 6. Here we have something from One Piece, and then we have Ayanami Rei right here. Gilgamesh, fabulous. And then here we go, another Azur Lane figure. Here's a licensed resin statue figure. We'll get to that in a moment. Page number 7. We have something from Honkai Impact. Great. I remember posting this in my page. And then here we have an original character, which is also a licensed figure. We have something from Monster Musume. And then page number 8. Something from Dragon Ball, that android girl right there. There are so many statues of them, of her. Page number 9. Okay, I'm not going to click on that octopus tentacle girl over there, right? This is Misaka Mikoto. Mikasa Ackerman. Their names are so similar. We have a figure of Anya Forger over here. Okay, that is about it for figures on this week. So let's have a look. From Pink Devil Studio or PDS Studio, we have a 1x4 scale figure of Yae Miko from Genshin Impact. This one is just under $500 US. At 1x4 scale, actually not a bad price at all, you see. Yeah, this is the entire package. You're getting a unique base, 2 stone statues over there, and then you have something which looks like a Japanese story gate in the back. And this statue, this figure in the middle for 1x4, $500, not bad at all really. Okay, so let's take a look at more pictures. This is also castable, by the way. And in my opinion, this is one of the best third-party resin figures of the week, together with that life-sized Yuna earlier. Though that Yuna is technically not a resin statue, that is something made of silicone and die-cast. The face looks great. This is the realistic kind. I personally prefer anime style. This is the exact opposite, the realistic type, but regardless of that, I find that extremely appealing. So if you're looking for a premium Yae Miko figure at 1x4 scale, this could be it. Up next, we have Agir from Azur Lane by XPIC Studio and AC Studio. So this one starts from $611 US all the way up to $845 US for the deluxe version, where you get a nude body as well. So let's have a look at some of the pictures over here. Yeah, there are 2 different versions. You can get anime version or realistic version. It is great that we get a choice over there. So you'll see, yeah, you have the anime version on the left and the realistic version on the right. I love choices like this, and personally I would go for the anime version. Yeah, that is my preference, by the way. Look at all those details, man. As a sucker for details in any anime figure, man, this is pretty attractive to me. I don't collect Azur Lane that much. I only have one Azur Lane figure on pre-order. But anyways, this seems like a really good statue to have if you have the budget. Up next, from HG Studio, we have Pokemon Lily. Alright, the actual price of this figure is $152 US, close to a typical 1x7 scale Japanese anime figure. 23 centimeters, so this is about 1x8 scale, alright. $150 US, and there are several different versions. There's a special edition here. Oh, special edition for the same price, $154, and then we have a wooden floor version. Oh, okay, there are several different statues, different figures of this character over here with different prices. This one is $132. And then we have this one, beach version, $126. And finally, we have the dress style, $138 US. Interesting. Though I don't collect Pokemon stuff, right? One Piece Boa Hancock from Girl Studio. The full price of this figure is $292 US. So this is 38 centimeters tall at 1x6 scale. So she does have a massive base, right? Yes. Of course, castable, right? They are a major selling point for almost every third-party resin figure nowadays, to cast off the figure, to remove the clothes. Because a lot of us anime fans, we are very dry people, you see. Single and dry. Very nice statue of Boa Hancock. Let's move on to the next one. Feng Shui Studio Neon Genesis Evangelion Rei Ayanami. So the full price of this figure is $186 US. For the normal version, the high-end version, $214. So only $30 difference. Just go for the high-end version, right? Not bad really, but you know, with Evangelion, the thing is, competition is stiff. There are so many different versions of their figures to choose from. And I'm assuming the high version over there, you're getting the long hair over there. Yeah. Oh, and also a nude body. 2 heads, 2 bodies for $214. Not bad at all. Maybe consider picking up this one. Up next, from TT Studio and Talon Studio or Talon Studio. I think it's Talon Studio. Fate Gilgamesh. Alright, so the full price of this figure is almost $400. This is... okay, this is 36 centimeters tall, all the way to the top of the throne right there. So this should be closer to 1/6 scale, not 1/4. Let's have a look at the pictures. Yeah, this is also more like a realistic interpretation of the character Gilgamesh, like what we saw earlier. There you go, 2 different heads for this statue, this figure. Not bad at all, really. And I'm assuming can remove the lower clothes and put a huge dong over there. Most likely that is the case. I'm not going to click on those pictures. Up next, from Stigmata's Studio, this is also one of the best resin figures of the week. Top 3 best. From Azur Lane, another statue of Agir. So we have $553 for the Cheongsam version, and then there is the ship version for $712 version. Maybe she comes with all those ship parts behind her. And then there is an extreme version, which I assume everything is included in the package. No price on that one yet. Right, so this is a 1/4 scale, which explains the pricing. Let's have a look at some pictures over here. You know, the body sculpting. One thing that impresses me with most third-party resin figures is, while the face can be a hit or miss, but they always get the body right. I would be happy enough to get exactly what we see in these product photos because they already look amazing, man. There is no question that this is one of the very best this week. Ooh, look at those hips. A lot of pictures with this figure over here for you to appreciate the details. You know, just by looking at these pictures, I am feeling tempted to order one for myself. Those $700+ for a figure is no joke, man. Yeah. Go and order one if you love Azur Lane and you have really deep pockets. I can recommend this one. Up next, this is actually a licensed figure, right? From Figurama Collectors Studio, Black Lagoon, 2 Gunners Gravy. Okay, so this one is going for $1,030. Well, 1/4 scale, $1,000, that is really a tough pill to swallow. And really depends on how much of a hardcore fan you are with Black Lagoon. I actually watched the BD release quite a while ago, many years ago. I loved the anime. It was something different, you'll see. Look at those details. It looks like real leather, man. A lot of details to appreciate with this statue. It better be at $1,000. You see, it looks like real fabric. You guys who collect statues like this, yeah, you guys are at a whole different level compared to me, man. Up next, from Moxie Studio, we have Alicia from Honkai Impact. This is a 1/4 scale going for $520. So let's take a look at the pictures over here. Very nice. Honkai Impacted, it also feels like this franchise is a bit underappreciated. I mean, by the figure companies out there, right? So far, I've only seen Chinese figure companies making some scale figures from this series. This should be customable, right? Yes, it is. So, $500 for a 1/4 scale figure of Alicia. Up next, this is also a licensed figure from Bright Eyes Studio. Vanilla Daisy Cat made an original character, but they licensed it. So the price of this figure, $800 must be a 1/4. For the silicone version and then the resin version, $629. Yeah, if I were to buy this, I would go for the silicone version because the skin area feels more realistic, feels like real human skin, right? This is of course castable. Let me click on something that is safe. Oh, you're getting fabric outfit, cloth outfit. Interesting. Let's see. As for the character design itself, I don't really find this to be that appealing in any way. 450 millimeters, 45 cm tall overall. This is a huge figure, yeah. This is big, but I'm not really a fan of the character design. Up next, hehe. This studio, TSS Studio, they are making all this weird fetish stuff. For those of you guys who like figures like this, like that furry figure earlier, now we have Monster Musume Centauria. This one is going for $176 US. Standard version, high-end version, which you can strip her nude for $236 US. Alright, so this is a 1x4 scale. Wow. 1x4 scale, $176 US. This is bargain. If you are a fan of animal girls, then you will want to pick this one up. This is an absolute bargain, really. Up next, from Z Studio and Deep Model Studio, Dragon Ball Future Battle Android 18. This one is going for $174 US. 174 at 1x6 scale, 29 centimeters tall. Not bad. This is not a bad value at all. Well, Dragon Ball, there are way too many options out there, right? If you miss out on one, maybe you were late to pre-order it and it is sold out. Doesn't matter, you move on to the next one, right? There are always new figures being made from this franchise, especially from the third parties out there. Up next, from Freedom Studio, we have Attack on Titan Childhood Mikasa. This one is going for $174 US as well. 1x6 scale, and she is 20 centimeters tall. Oh, this is 20 centimeters tall, can't be 1x6. This is more like 1x8. So this is the picture over here. I'm not sure if I like this one. I think the colors are kind of dull, right? Like not very attractive, and the face is quite long, don't you think? I think Mikasa's face is rounder than that. To me, the face looks a bit weird with this one. And finally, the last resin figure for today from XZ Studio, we have Spy Family Anya Forger. This one is going for only $70 US. Very nice. So this is only 15 centimeters, 1x8 scale, I'm assuming. And I really like the art style. This is like a fan art being converted into an actual figure. It is very striking. Oh, those eyes are really striking. This is just a 3D render, obviously. I would prefer to see an actual photo of the actual figure. This is just a 3D render. But for $70, I guess not much can go wrong. And that concludes today's figure news fix for anime scale figures on pre-order from 22nd to 27th of May, as well as resin figures for the very same week. Which one will you be pre-ordering? Let me know down in the comments below. And once again, if you are interested in any of the resin figures I just covered, please make use of my affiliate links in the descriptions below. And once again, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please do consider liking this video if you enjoyed it. And subscribe to this channel for more anime figure news in the future. Until then, goodbye.